The Benghazi attack. Watch this.
When President Obama called the Navy SEALs, they got bin Laden. When the SEALs called, they got denied. And what did America get?
The crude and disgusting video sparked outrage throughout the Muslim world.
A response to inflammatory material posted on the internet.
The United States government had nothing to do with this video.
It is in response to a video.
It's time for the truth. It's time for change. It's time for a real commander-in-chief.
So will the Obama administration come clean on the details leading up to the deadly attack in Libya? Joining me now is Deborah Burlingame, sister of Charles Burlingame, the pilot of the hijacked American Airlines Flight 77 that was flown into the Pentagon on 9/11/2001. She's also organizing member for Women United PAC, and she's my guest. Good to see you, Deborah.
Nice to see you, too.
So that's a very provoking ad. You believe that the president needs to come clean with the American people. What do you want him to say?
I want him to tell the truth. You know, I stood with 9/11 families on the morning of the Benghazi attack with the president at the Pentagon, and he told us that our military had delivered a crippling blow to al-Qaeda, that its leadership was devastated. Bin Laden was dead and would never threaten us again. The longest war in history would be over in 2012. What we knew, these families standing in front of him, is that the president has just told us a beautiful lie, that al-Qaeda is not dead. That al-Qaeda is on the rise. And just a few hours later, that was proven out when we saw the black flag of al-Qaeda hoisted over our embassy in Cairo. And we heard that our ambassador, a few hours after that, had been murdered along with 3 Americans. And we think the American people need to be told the truth about what is actually happening in the Middle East, the rise of the Muslim Brotherhood, which is really the political arm of Islamist groups. And the fact that this was not a consulate in Benghazi. Everyone is calling it a consulate except the president and Hillary Clinton. A consulate, by the way, is a mini embassy that gives out visas and passports, and it has an American flag flying and takes visitors. This was a shadowy, unmarked, a clandestine building. There was no American flag flying there, where the United States was engaged in a secret mission, recruiting rebels for the war in Syria, working with Turkey to transport weapons to them, and they were recruiting among the jihadi population. In other words, our government was involved in the Badlands of Benghazi, which is run by Ansar al-Sharia, the very same people that attacked our embassy. What people need to know is that when the CIA sent a reaction force from Tripoli, they were held at the airport for 3 hours while our people were desperately pleading for help.
Why?
They were held by the Libyans. The Libyans wouldn't let them through. And in fact, they asked for some heavy weapons because all they had were light weapons, pistols and rifles, and they were denied that as well. President Obama and his Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, put the February 17th Martyr Brigades in charge of our security at the Benghazi mission. The American people need to know that the 17th Martyr Brigades are named after 11 Islamists who died demonstrating in front of the Italian consulate in Benghazi because they were protesting over the Danish cartoons. Right. When they were called, and by the way, they were not allowed to have weapons, they didn't come. Do you know when the 17th Martyr Brigades came? After all our people were dead and the attack was over.
So many unanswered questions, and you are armed with a lot of information. Deborah Burlingame, thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Coming up next, President Obama by the numbers, a look back at his record since taking office. Fox Business Network's Nicole Petalides is here with the startling numbers. Right back.
The countdown continues today for Election Day. With only 3 days and counting, the economy continues to be the #1 issue for voters.
President Obama says he needs 4 more years to fix what he started, but the question is, what has he done in his first 4 years? Nicole Petalides from the Fox Business Network joins us live. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Let's take a look at the cost of gas. When the President of the United States came in, how much was it? Now how much?
Right. So we have a lot of great things to look at before and after. So here it is in 2008, $1.85 2012, $3.80, and so many of us who've been to the gas pump have seen it over $4.
And Nicole, his answer, the president's answer during the debate was laughable. Oh, the economy was doing so much worse. It had to be low.
He was blaming
what does
George
that
Bush.
mean?
I mean, everything that he's been doing and this administration has been doing has not been beneficial to the American people. I mean, you talk about everything from unemployment, the poverty rate, you talk about welfare, you talk about how this administration is spending. I can tell you that they are spending more on welfare than on any other item, such as Social Security, Medicare, national defense. More monies are going to welfare, food stamps, and such.
And there's a reason to explain that. Let's take a look at the next graphic. Let's take a look at what the poverty rate was back when he took hold, and now look at it. It's up, what?
Right, from
Almost
12.5% to 15.1%. We have a lot of good ones. And how about another one? I mean, it's not like we make these numbers up. These are the straight facts, and bank failures is a good one to take a look at here. Back in 2008, you had 25 bank failures, 92 so far this year. And don't forget what we've been seeing. We've seen the administration add to our debt, right? $5 trillion in debt. We've had near zero interest rates. And yet, at the same time, growth has been minimal, and you still, on our latest unemployment report, you see that we're really not growing fast enough
We're going
at
the
all.
wrong way.
Well, we're going just
We've added a
slightly
little
higher.
more jobs, but we need lots more
Right,
jobs.
but here's the thing. I mean, we need a lot more jobs. At this rate, what we've been seeing, we added 171,000 jobs on Friday. We're at 7.9%.
Right.
At this rate, when we talk to the former head of Bureau of Labor Statistics, you know how long it would take to get back? Almost 10 years.
Wow.
So is that good enough for you?
Am I the only one concerned about how scary the graphics sound?
Boom.
They come in, I'm a little
Kind of like the
unnerved
Law
by
and
it.
Order
I have
thing
trouble
where
paying attention to Cole. I mean, I'm so scared that the graphics going to
Is
hurt
that
me.
the only reason?
No.
Is that the only reason why?
Listen, there's a myriad of
I
reasons.
gotta work
I'll
on a
tell
few
you one.
things, I guess. But let's talk about food stamps, because we don't want to leave that
We
one
have
out
10
either.
seconds.
Okay, $71.8 billion of your money, our money, spent on food stamps. So that's another key one. And of course, I wanted to just say I'm so sorry for all the families affected by Hurricane Sandy. I don't want
That
to
is
leave
nice
that
of you
out.
to say. All right.